This is everything I made today as a farmer's wife and stay-at-home mom in an ingredients-based household. The first thing I did was preheat my oven so I could bake my sourdough that had proofed overnight. And the bread was done before I'd even gotten started on my own breakfast. I was craving oats, but all we had left were these sachets of instant oats from our recent overseas trip, which I'm really not a fan of, so I just turned them into some banana pancakes. I make some variation of these almost every single morning for my kids to use up my 3-year-old's leftover oatmeal. I just topped it with more yogurt, my dad's homemade blackberry jam, and my homemade trail mix. I'd put some yogurt on the day before to incubate for around 18 hours, but it was my first time trying out the water bath method. Why has my yogurt game not been strong? I initially thought it hadn't properly set until I realized underneath the liquid was actually a lot of thick yogurt. This is
maybe a good batch, like underneath.
So I quickly scooped off that whole top layer to discover what was underneath, and yeah, it was a really beautiful thick yogurt. I was very happy with it. I jarred it all up so I could then get started on my discard crackers. I thought I had a heap of discard and I needed to use it up, but turns out I didn't. So I just ended up using my regular starter and mixed that with some butter, salt, pepper, and just laid it all on a sheet to cook at 160 degrees. I can link the recipe I use if you guys want. My husband made my coffee for me, and then I fed my starter. Her name is Fran because she is from my mother's starter called Fran, and that makes her Fran. After 10 minutes, I pulled out my crackers and sliced them up, and then I put them in for another 20 minutes. I was going to have lunch in, but then we went on a very spontaneous lunch at the farmer's market, and when I say spontaneous, like I didn't even pack pants for my baby or shoes. I had a beef quesadilla and a freshly squeezed juice. After I got a sufficient sunburn, we went home and all shared some of this donut, which we also got from the farmer's market.
I'm running way behind schedule.
I'd planned on doing a slow-cooked porchetta, but I didn't really give myself a lot of time. So the meat only got about 2.5 hours in the oven. It was still tender. I took the boys for a little walk and we collected one singular egg, which my 3-year-old was very happy with. To finish off dinner prep, I wanted to make Grammy's fried potatoes, which is my mum's recipe. I really don't like cutting up onion though. My crackers had cooled, so I jarred them up and then I got started frying. I always fry the onion first and then the potatoes second so that they don't mash up the potatoes and the potatoes are able to crisp. My husband did come over and put them across 2 pans because he said there were too many, but he was right. It did allow them to cook a lot better. And finally, I just wanted to make a dressing to top the lettuce leaves with. My go-to is tahini, mustard, apple cider vinegar, garlic, olive oil, salt, and then some water to thin it out. I plated up the potatoes, pork, salad for us, and avocado for the kids, and that was it. Simple but delicious.